Hello and welcome. Today is a bit of a different video. This video is for you, Samantha. You finally convinced me to draw Shera, Hoya, Princess of Power, and also Catra. Now, they're very complicated characters. So we can't, learn to draw them, because we can't learn to draw them super properly because it requires a lot of knowledge of anatomy. But what you can do is, like I said in class, you can take the character like that and then trace them over and over again, and then you'll kind of learn how the character is built. But if I were to do Shera, for example, I would work out the sort of vague shape of the head first, something like this. Start with a circle, as always, but then she's got this kind of 1, 2, 3, 4 shape jaw coming like this. So like this. It's quite square jaw like this. Because she's the Princess of Power. Right like that there. Perfect. And then of course her eyes come. Let's see if I can line this up. There we go. Something like that. So her eyes come about there. So that's the top of her eyes. Then the bottom of her eyes are about here, roughly. And then her nose is about there. Well, we'll just rub this line out because it's being a bit naughty. But she run. I was going to make that joke. She run, but catch her soon. Sorry. Okay, so now we want to give her the eyes. So her eyes are about that far apart from her head there, maybe there. Beautiful. Just to work it out, So her eyes are almond shaped and they kind of go like this. And we'll just keep it loose right now to just work out the shape like this. This is a challenge. And then her other eyebrow, she has nice eyebrows. Very nice eyebrows. I'll color that in there. And you can see she's got that line showing the bridge of her eyebrow, and it comes down to a shape here for her little tiny nostril. It's probably a bit too much there, so maybe a bit smaller. Now, to draw her other eye, it's about an eye's width apart. So we'll draw her other eye across like that. And she's got these thicker eyelashes that come out here like that. And on the other side, she has the same business going on. Lovely. Now she has nice pale green or blue, turquoise, whatever color her eyeballs are there. And you can see that they're kind of oval shaped and they stick upwards, which is interesting, like that. So I'm just going to quickly draw them a little bit differently, maybe if I color in the top of it there, maybe that'll work. And add a little shiny bit. Oop. I'll zoom in and add a little shiny bit there. Oops. There we go. All right. And then she comes down here. This eye is much bigger than the other eye. Thus, learning to draw is a tricky business. I think it's pretty cool. Okay. Now, she just needs her determined mouth. Nice little line like that. And her ears about there. Not too big. Simon, not too big. There we go. And then the other one. Oh, the other one has some hair coming out the front. So we'll draw that coming in. That's a bit big again. It's important to look at your reference and make sure that you're getting it correct. Now, she's got this V and then these two lines here. Which reminds me of Wonder Woman a bit. And then like that. Sketch it up, nice. And she's got a magic gem in her hair, presumably, and her part. The part that she plays. There we go. And the top of her head, sketch that in. And her hair goes whoosh. So there we go. And of course, we'll round out her cheek and her chin a little bit, not too much though, and then give her this hair that goes in the front, because that makes her look more like a character. And we'll go out like that. Oh, and of course she has the wings like that. I suppose the Hellenic wings that stick out. I don't know what they're called, but they're shiny and cool. Her eyes do look a little bit wonky, so I might fix that one. Like that. Maybe, and maybe like that. So this is why you sketch things and play around and, you know, learn about the character itself. And then maybe she's got this cool little collar here. Very cool indeed. I like it. And some broad, strong shoulders. Very nice. And then she's got this hair coming out there. There we go. And that there. If I was going to make her my own style, I would obviously give her just a little grin. And I'd increase the sort of, the smile value of her eyes like that. But then, of course, she's starting to look very dissimilar to her actual self. But you can see my character looks a bit wonky. So it's important to go and study more. In fact, do you know what I would do? Is I would rub out those eyes completely and start all the way again. But we don't quite have time today. We've got to draw Catra, because we've got to catch up. Oh, by the way, so it only took me 6 minutes to sketch this, but the person who drew this probably spent hours and hours on it. Like hours, like a whole day and a half maybe, I don't know. But like a really long time. So it's important to remember that professional artists, to get good professional art, it does take a long time. Especially like the cleanup and everything like that. I do want to fix up, and this is where becoming a professional character designer, not that I am one, but that want to make the thing look good should override your, I don't know, sense of I just need to get it done. Which is why I became an animator, because if you want to be an animator, you can do things a lot quicker because you don't have to redraw things if you're doing computer animation. Now, I'm going to start with this big shape here, and then I'm going to draw her mask so that we can get some reference points to work from. And we'll draw her little eyebrows in there, and this shape here, because it looks to be very much, if she didn't have this hat masky thing on, she probably wouldn't look like Catra at all. There we go. Cross that there. Or maybe that's a bit too funky. There we go. Oh, it's so tricky. Maybe come out a little bit more there. Also, it depends on what angle you're looking at it. So I'm looking at my computer screen a little bit off, which can actually change the way that you view things. So she's kind of got diamond-shaped eyes, which is fantastic. I might even make that a little bit longer. There we go. So diamond-shaped eyes. Bring that down even further. So we've got a line down here. So these diamond-shaped eyes are quite close to here and to the center. So they start about there. And she's got these big eyelashes, but they're sort of diamond shapes like that. And these giant eyebrows of doom. Doom brows. And she has kind of cat-like pupils, which is kind of cool. And then we need a little line there and a nose. Very similar nose. And she has spots, commonly known as freckles. And she's got a little smile, which makes me happy. So she's got a little upturned just thing there. So we've got to draw that there. Bring it across. So she's kind of cute. All right, so now we'll draw the other eye. This is all a bit tricky. And the other giant eyebrow of doom. And I like how the artist who drew this sort of didn't join everything up, which is a little bit different to how the artist would have drawn this production illustration here, where everything is like colored and perfect and closed and everything. And it shows in my drawing. You can tell that this one is so good and mine is so wonky. But that's why it's important to measure where the eye should go and all of that. So let's give her her pointy jaw. And also you'll find that as you draw more and more, the your own idiosyncrasies will sneak into your drawings. So I always draw people with larger jaws and stuff. So I nearly drew her with a nice big fat jaw. So she's got these hairy bits there and some cool, they don't really look like cat ears, they look like bat ears. Maybe her name's Batra. So I'm going to draw those in. I do like the shape of them though. They kind of come out and curve down in this pleasing way, which is very cool. So it'll come out like that, and then we better draw her hair. Big chunks of hair. Whoomp, whoomp. And then a couple of little chunks. There's a chunk. There's another chunk. Let's come down there. I just kind of made that up. But anyway, you get the idea. I'm going to draw a little thing there. She doesn't have a collar, which is interesting. So there we go. That's how I would tackle drawing this. But if you were going to pursue this further, Samantha and all 6 of your siblings, I would go ahead and download an image like this. And if you can draw on the computer, draw on the computer. If you can't, print it out if you can, and draw over the top of it a few times to sort of work out where the lines are and where the eyes are and everything. And thank you so much for requesting such a drawing, and I'll see you next time.